Hello everyone and welcome back to the Keep Productive YouTube channel. It is Francesco here. Today is going to be a different video because I'm passing over to Ali Abdal and also Sam, the Stoic teacher, to dive into a lesson from their course, their brand new course, the Stoicism Masterclass. This course is available through Skillshare and these guys have been fantastic in sharing a lesson with us all about journaling. Now, inside of the course, which is available below, where you get 2 months free, it dives into the area of Stoicism and how the ancient emperors were able to embrace all of the difficulties in their life using these philosophies. They share some fantastic workbooks and resources throughout and cover topics ranging from wealth all the way to anger and criticism and much more. This lesson is about journaling and how to effectively embrace it. So I'll pass over to these guys.
All right, so the final kind of concrete practical technique in Stoicism is the idea of journaling.
Absolutely. Writing 2,000 years ago, Seneca, one of our 3 key authors, he wrote about what he does when his wife's gone to sleep and it's now dark. He sits down and he examines his entire day. When was I a bit too harsh? When did I do well? So that the following day he can reflect upon this in the morning and then have a wonderful day. And actually, 2,000 years later, there's a plethora of journals on the market.
Plethora. Nice.
Yeah.
Big word there.
So many of these journals around, bullet journals, and actually it's a really, really powerful tool. Simple yet powerful. When I first found myself doing it, I remember realizing that I'd been unnecessarily angry whilst driving. You know, how dare that person cut me up? And getting it down on a piece of paper, like I said about one of the earlier techniques, getting it down on a piece of paper and looking at it, you honestly think to yourself, what was I thinking? And it allows you to just plan properly for the day ahead.
Absolutely. And there's like so many, like basically the whole modern day productivity guru has taken over this idea of journaling and applied it to so many different spheres. There's a few different techniques that I kind of dabble with from time to time. The one that I do most days is called morning pages. And the idea behind morning pages is that at the start of the day, you take a notebook and you just write 3 pages by hand of whatever comes to mind. And you're not allowed to get up until you've written 3 pages. And for example, one way of starting that off is to say, today is going to be an awesome day because ... And that's like a good prompt to get you started, and it kind of primes you into being in a kind of gratitude and generally optimistic kind of mood. It's just like really nice, and it's kind of hard to describe how useful it is until you actually do it. So that's one technique. Another one is, as our friend Seneca has talked about, kind of doing a journal at the end of the day. And so if I look on my Notion, I actually have a journaling template for this that will include down in the project section below.
Nice.
It's under my life operating system.
While you're loading that, can I just say how amazing it is to see that Stoic ideas are now on our MacBooks, on Notion. I mean, honestly, 2,000 years ago, these guys gave us the answers.
All right, so on my Notion Life OS thing, I have this. I have a weekly review template and a daily journal template. I'll show you the daily journal one. This is based on my friend Valentin Perez's thing, and we have a deep dive live stream on my YouTube channel that you can check out. That has more about why this is the way that it is. And so we kind of have a morning and an evening journal. So on the morning, we have what did I dream? Because, you know, I'm trying to remember my dreams. 3 things I'm grateful for, looking forward to, what under my control would make today even more great. You know, cheeky bit of dichotomy of control right there.
Very nice.
Idea for experiment to run. It's a bit weird. If I lived even more consciously, freely and courageously, I would do ... I am, you know, this is where you can put some affirmations if you want. And the most important thing to focus on, you know, it's important to have this idea of a daily highlight. And then at night, we've got 3 wins, 1, 2, 3. One thing that I learned. Is it a breakthrough idea? More on that in the other video. Here's a good one. One thing I could have done to make today better, and how can I apply it tomorrow? Something I could have said better, for example. And that's that thing of you said, you know, kind of reflecting on your day and figuring out, you know, what were the moments where I maybe could have acted in a slightly different way? Not in like a self-critical way, but more in a, being kind to yourself and recognizing that you can always do something differently the next time. Am I resisting something? Favorite thing of my day. Short story of a moment today. Quite like that. Experiment / hypothesis from today. What could I do tomorrow that is high leverage? And request for the subconscious mind to sleep on. I don't do this every day, but there was a time during lockdown where I was doing this like actually consistently every single day. And I really found that it helped. One of my friends, Matt Tivella, a fellow YouTuber, you might have seen his videos. He has a video called I Journaled for 30 days or something like that. And over the course of the year, last year, he did like a load of these 30-day experiments. And at the end of the year on his roundup, he said that journaling was one of the ones that stuck the most for him. And even though he doesn't do it every day, he finds that when he gets to a point where his tranquility is disturbed, classic Stoic idea, he then finds that doing his journaling, and he uses just a physical journal, really helps with that. This is the self journal, which I've been kind of dabbling around with. It's got like a guide and stuff. And in the daily journal, it talks about, in the morning, it says, this morning I'm grateful for, and it gives you space for 1, 2, and 3. And then at night, you write down lessons that you've learned, wins for the day, and tonight I'm grateful for 1, 2, 3. And then at the end of the week, you do the weekly journal, which says, what is the happiest event that happened this week? What were my 3 big wins for the week? Reviewing goals, assessing progress. What's the biggest lesson that I learned? And so, all of these kind of modern day productivity tools, it's all based on this like 2,000-year-old concept of journaling, which the Stoics, I guess, pioneered. And
this is why we say Stoicism is sticky, because journals will come and go, but these timeless techniques will be there as the kind of inner, they call it, Pierre Hadot calls it the inner citadel, the inner fortress that helps you to move forward and live happily and healthily.
So that was the 5th principle of Stoicism, that is journaling. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next section of the class, where we're going to talk about how we actually practically apply these theories into different contexts that we'll find ourselves facing in everyday life. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.